guys, welcome back to another vlog. Welcome back to a reading vlog. I'm so excited about the books that I'm reading and the books that I want to read. I'm gonna go and make some coffee right now and get this day started. I've actually been making my coffee differently these days. I basically tried making my own version of an iced Spanish latte. It's perfect and it's literally the reason I'm gonna get out of bed right now. One of my favorite smells in the world is sunscreen. Literally just smelling this sunscreen makes me want to go pack up a little bag and go to the beach. But I know if I do that, when I get there, it's gonna be cloudy and cold. So we'll have to wait for a beach day, but this is making me really excited. I'm very excited about today. The sun is out, my coffee was delicious. I was just reading a little bit of my book. Sometimes with my reading vlogs, I feel like I have a very clear idea of what books I want to read, and other times I really don't, and I just figure it out along the way. For this reading vlog, I think I have a very clear idea. So the book that I'm reading right now is actually part of a series. I'm reading Lost and Lassoed right now. I mentioned it at the end of my last vlog that I finished Done and Dusted, and I gave that book 5 stars. So good. Do yourself a favor, if you're looking for like a really good romance book, start that book. However, I also mentioned this, that I skipped the second book of the series and I jumped right into the third one. I'm on chapter 11. I'm 26% in. So this is like a cowboy, rancher, Wyoming romance series. Just think of like the Hannah Montana movie. That setting and that vibe is all I can think of while I'm reading this. After I'm done with Lost and Lassoed, I'm gonna read one of the books that I bought last week at Bart's Books in Ojai. It's called It Happened One Fight. Basically a rom-com about an actor and an actress. They're like these huge Hollywood stars and they're starring in the same movie, and it's during the golden era of Hollywood, so like the late 1930s. It reminded me so much of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is one of my favorite books. And then tomorrow I really want to go to Barnes & Noble because we're going to be picking up Say You'll Remember Me, which is the new Abby Jimenez book. I am going to take you guys with me right now on a little drive. For the past few days, I've been really wanting to go to Joe and the Juice. I have the time today and I have the free will, so I'm going to use it and go to Joe and the Juice. I just made it to Joe and the Juice. I came to the Brentwood location and I always forget how freaking gorgeous this neighborhood is, but I'm gonna go in there and get a spicy tunacado and an iced vanilla matcha. There's also an Alfred's coffee right next to Joe and the Juice, and I've never tried Alfred's coffee. I'm really just craving my matcha though, but it feels wrong to have an Alfred's coffee so close by and not try it. Maybe I'll get a drink from there to drink it on the way because I know I'm gonna finish my matcha before I even leave the parking lot. Okay, I got my Joe and the Juice, and I feel like no one is surprised right now, but I also got a drink at Alfred's Coffee. I got their iced vanilla latte, and I guess this is their world's famous iced vanilla latte. Also, I had to move and park somewhere else because I forget that there's parking meters everywhere around here. Anyways, I'm gonna try this first. You know you're in LA when even the straw is aesthetic. I've had better. It's good, but the espresso tastes kind of burnt. It's like a good, simple, basic vanilla latte, but I don't get the world famous part. I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. I feel like next time I come back, I have to try their matcha. They had a strawberry matcha, and I almost got that one, but I already got a matcha at Joe and the Juice. Anyways, now for what I'm really here for. This looks so perfect. That color right there is insane. 10. The crunch did not disappoint today. It's literally not even traffic hour, but I need you guys to see what the freeway looks like right now because this is crazy. It is so much later now. I've been reading for a couple of hours. I'm currently on chapter 28, 64% in, and the whole reason I just turned on my camera was to let you guys know that I just read chapter 27, and this fun, silly, flirty cowboy rancher romance was this close to making me cry. And it's honestly just making me like this book even more. Both the male main character, the female main character, their love story together is very, very cute, but their individual stories are just really, really touching. It's also really funny because I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this book has the single dad trope. Not just that, but it also has the nanny trope, or like the babysitter trope. This is the third romance series that has a book with the exact same storyline. The Chestnut Spring series has this storyline. The other Elsie Silver series with the book called Wild Love, and also it's a different vibe, but the Windy City series has a book with a single dad trope and babysitter trope. So you would think that I would be absolutely sick of it because it's very predictable, but this book, Lost and Lassoed, might just be the best one yet. Let's finish the rest of it. Okay guys, it is the next day. It is a gorgeous, sunny spring day today. Today's gonna be a very fun but productive day. I started my new book today. It happened one fight, and I'm genuinely really loving it. Granted, I'm still at the beginning, so we can still go downhill from here, but just something about the vibe of the era that it's in. It's an enemies to lovers, which you guys know I love. The banter is amazing. Also, the way they talk is how they used to talk in like the 1930s. It's just a really fun book so far. But anyways, the plan for today, I'm outside of a coffee shop, you guys already know. So we're gonna be here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble and finally pick up Abby Jimenez's new book. And then I have a mat Pilates class this afternoon, which I'm already dressed for. So I'm just gonna go straight there. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do this before or after Pilates, but I do wanna stop at Trader Joe's to pick up cucumbers because I really wanna make spring rolls either today or tomorrow. So that is the plan for today. Coffee shop, Barnes & Noble, Pilates, and Trader Joe's, and a lot of reading. Way too pretty of a day to be inside, so I'm gonna do some reading outside. I kind of blacked out in there a little bit. I feel like I got way more than I anticipated, but this is honestly the best time of the year for readers because there are so many good new releases. Starting with the book, I came here to get. I did find it. I don't know why I expected it to be like the first display that they had, but when I walked in and it wasn't the first book that I saw, I really thought they weren't gonna have it, but we got it and I'm so excited. Then I got another new release, and this is actually a special edition of this book, which I thought was really cool. This is called Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I asked you guys on my book club to tell me what books you were excited to read, and this was one of the books that a lot of people mentioned. It's like a rom-com love story set in New York. Then I got another new release. This is Promise Me Sunshine by Karla. Bastone, I think that's how you say it. I heard this was a really good romance book. I don't think it's much of a rom-com though, because a big part of this book is the main character dealing with grief. I think she lost her husband, which was like the love of her life, and this story is pretty much her dealing with that grief and falling in love again with somebody else. Then I got another new release. I finally got the cutest little book that everybody's been talking about. This has the longest title name, but this is called The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. So this book is actually part of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series. I've read the first one, which is Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I've read the second one, which is the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. However, I haven't read the third one, which is the Christmas Tree Farm book. These books really do read as if they were standalones though, so I feel like even if I didn't read the third one, I'm still gonna be able to read this one. And because it's springtime, I feel like this is the perfect book to read right now. And last but not least, this is not a new release at all, but it is a book that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. This is a thriller called Pretty Girls. I have seen so much about this book, and when I tell you guys, I have not seen one bad review about this story. I heard it really messes with your head, so I'm very excited to read this. If you read it, let me know what you thought of it. This is the book haul. These are the books we got. Other than this thriller, I feel like this is the perfect spring book haul. I'm obsessed. Okay, it's been a little bit since I last talked to you guys, an entire day actually, because I didn't vlog much of today. I had to take my car to get service today. I need to do my taxes tomorrow. I'm doing the kind of errands this weekend that are like real errands. It's not the fun errands. But anyways, I decided to turn on my camera because I initially thought I was just gonna go to sleep, but I think I'm about to finish the book that I'm reading. I have this much left of It Happened One Fight. I read a little bit of it last night and I've just been reading it all throughout today. I literally was reading this book while I was waiting for my car to get service, like in the little waiting room of the dealership. I happily chose to read this book instead of scrolling on my phone. That almost never ever happens. Like if you give me an hour or two to just scroll on my phone and be on TikTok, I will take it. But I didn't do that today. I was reading this book. It's actually a lot longer than I anticipated. I'm on chapter 26. I have this much left right there. I have so many thoughts and feelings and emotions about this book, but truly the last thing I want to do is spoil this book for you guys, because you guys need to read this book. Like, do yourself a favor and get this book and read it. I feel like I've waited so long to find a book like this one. This book has absolutely everything that I look for in a romance book. Like everything that makes a romance book good, this book has, but with the background and in a time period that I rarely ever see in books, especially rom-coms. This book is literally set in the 1930s on a Hollywood movie set, and the characters are speaking in a transatlantic accent. People used to talk in such a smooth, romantic way. Why don't we talk like that anymore? Actually, as you guys can tell, I am absolutely loving this book. If all goes well right here, this is a 5-star read. I just finished It Happened One Fight. This book gets 5 stars. I'd honestly give it 6 stars because I enjoyed reading it so much. It's everything you need in a book. Also, at the end of the book, the author gives us a list of all of these Hollywood films set in the 1930s that inspired her to write this book. If you loved Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and you're looking for something with those vibes in like a rom-com situation, this is the book for you. vlog. Okay, you guys are gonna have to excuse my appearance right now. I've been editing all morning. I have a hair mask in my hair. However, I'm about to upload this video that you're watching, so this is as real time as it gets. But I ended up finishing another book last night, and it feels so wrong to upload a reading vlog right now and not talk about this book. I read this book right here, The Wife Upstairs by Freida McFadden. I wasn't really even thinking of adding it to this reading vlog because I honestly kind of had low expectations for this book. I genuinely was starting to think that I had already read all of the good Freida McFadden books. That was before I finished this one right here. This book was really good. I'd probably give it 4.75. I honestly and genuinely would give it 5 stars if I didn't get so annoyed with these characters so many times. It was still a good book, but it's one of those thrillers where every decision that these characters are making, you're like, that's the wrong decision. It was still really good. This kind of restored my faith in Freida McFadden, and I'm like excited to read more of her books now. Also, I have to say, this book, and I don't know which one was written first, but this book is literally Verity. If you've read Verity, this is literally the same story. I read Verity like 3 or 4 years ago. It's definitely the same storyline, but there's certain things that are very different. I feel like Verity is a lot more twisty. It's the wife and the husband that live in like this big, ginormous house. They have all of this money, and the wife had like this really horrible accident that left her paralyzed. And then comes the girl that in this book, The Wife Upstairs, she was the caregiver for the wife, and she's like a young girl and she finds the husband really attractive, but then the wife starts trying to communicate with her and pretty much just try to warn her and tell her that there's some really weird stuff going on in that house. I was beyond entertained, honestly. I thought it was really good. If you're looking for a good thriller to read on a road trip, on a flight, something that's gonna get your attention and not make you put this book down, read The Wife Upstairs. Even if you've read Verity, I actually did think that was pretty crazy though, the similarities between Verity and this book. It's literally the same book. However, I enjoyed both. I don't know which one came first, but I really liked both. Anyways, that is it for this reading vlog. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.